from Back to the Future, Christopher Lloyd, Tom Wilson, and Claudia Wells.
Woo! All right. Woo! Woo! Yes! Josh, what's up? Come on, Biff. Come. Yeah! Woo! Woo! Yeah. All right.
What?
There you go.
Stairs there? Stairs there.
There's stairs here. Come on up.
All right, I'm going to take these stairs, guys. Here we go.
You go. Now it's official. Go.
Woo!
Excellent. Oh, you're gonna. Yeah, there you go. Well, welcome back, Mr. Lloyd and Wilson.
Thank you. Welcome to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, I know. Roberto Clemente. That's right. French fries and sandwiches.
And Claudia, welcome. First time here for you. This is awesome.
All right. OG.
So I just have some nice general questions, and they're going to have some nice questions, and it's all going to be pretty darn nice. So just right off the bat, when you first read the script, what about it drew you to this project? What elements of reading the original script of Back to the Future said, I think I want to be a part of this?
You want to go? No? No. I was working on a little independent film in Mexico City when I feeling that I was going to make an awfully long story and don't want to listen to it.
It's a good story.
All right. A little feedback. So, the script, my agent sent it to me, Mexico City, and I had made up my mind at that time I was going to move back to New York for one reason or another. And I wasn't interested, and I picked it up, I looked at it, thumbed through it, and then I put it in the waste basket. And a friend who was with me at the time said, Chris, when you live in New York, you'd go wherever you had to go. If there was at least the teeniest possibility there might be a part, I'd be there one way or another. So I felt she had some truth in that. So I looked it over again and then went back to New York and met Bob Zemeckis, and that was that.
See? I can't speak. I saw the script for Back to the Future, much like Chris. But the thing with Back to the Future to me, when I saw the script, was it represented to me a job.
Woo!
And I had heard through some people, through scuttlebutt, Hollywood, that sometimes at these jobs, you get money. And most importantly to me, you know what, and it turned out to be true, in these movies that they make, free snacks. So I auditioned with about every actor of my class. We were he was a senior class, I was a freshman, and we came in. So I auditioned many times. for the role of Biff. I had done a few things, you know, it's on some videos, but you know, I had done things. I'd worked in theater a lot. I'd worked in television a lot. I worked television commercials. I introduced biscuits at Kentucky Fried Chicken. You're welcome. Yeah. I'm just saying, you know, I'm not putting myself on a pedestal. I'm just saying, before me, no biscuits. So that's an improvement in America. But before that, I'd done TV and that. But a movie like that was, I thought it was going to go to Judge Reinhold, you know, Andrew McCarthy, one of those guys. Tim Robbins, who once years ago came up to me and said, I really wanted that Biff part. But a lot of guys auditioned for it, and I kept auditioning, thinking, wouldn't it be great if I actually got cast as one of Biff's gang members? Because Biff is going to be a movie star guy, you know, and I've just been, you know, I'm biscuit boy. So, but not that that's bad. But I kept auditioning, and then Crispin and I auditioned together from the very beginning when they started pairing people together. You know, Bob, you read with John. Tom, this is Crispin Glover. And we read together every audition. I never read with anyone else. Once we read together, it was like us, both of us, through the entire process until we were cast. And years later, I was like, man, we came back 6 or 7 times in that audition process. And one of the guys just said, oh, first time. We were like, those are the guys. So, and then we went through. So then I was finally cast as Biff in Back to the Future after the whole entire process. Silence. I'm just saying, you know, don't do it now. It's cheap now. I don't need your cheap pity applause. I'll clear this room. We have other people waiting outside.
Isn't this fun? I get to hear everything for the first time too. Okay, so my audition scene was Lorraine and Marty in the car at the Enchantment Under the Sea dance where she's smoking and drinking. And the guy I read with was on his 11th callback. And when I walked in, it was Steven Spielberg, Bob Zemeckis, Bob Gale, the casting people, Kathleen Kennedy, Frank Marshall, Neil Canton. It was like a lot of people. And that was my first audition. I only had one audition.
When you lob a softball like that, I'm not even swinging.
No, but you know what? It's not. It was only because I had screen tested for Young Sherlock Holmes, Gremlins, and Goonies, and I didn't get the part. And so they all, I'm sure, knew me at that point and thought, we better cast her because she's just going to keep auditioning for it. So it was super fun. I was in there for like 3 hours, and Steven was asking me all these questions. First, he kicked out the cameraman, and he said, I can't have a cameraman in here. You leave. I need to be behind the camera. And the guy was like, are you serious? And he goes, yeah, I'm very serious. And then Steven was asking me, like, do you have a boyfriend? Da-da-da. And everything he asked me, I said, you cannot tell my mother. And he promised not to. And then at the end, he said, I forgot the camera's been rolling this whole time. And I said, well, you cannot tell anybody. And I've never seen the film since. I wish I hadn't said that. So I didn't read the script until after I got the part. And I had to sign a contract saying I wouldn't share the information with anybody, including my family. And then Bob Gale told me that I don't remember if it was written or he told me that each page had a special solution on it. So if it was ever Xeroxed, the number associated with the script would pop up at Amblin and they would know who Xeroxed it. So like 2 years ago, I'm doing a Q&A, and Bob looked at me and he goes, You believed that? I was like, you were just saying that? So I read the script after I got the part, and I was just happy to do a Spielberg movie. And I just want to say one other thing that's funny because of what Tom said. When I first started acting, I thought we had to pay them to act. And when I found out I got paid, I thought maybe it was a mistake.